Good afternoon, guys. So today we're going to start our unit with using the five themes of geography. Okay, so what are those themes? Well, first, this is going to help you understand and explore how people interact with uh, the world through geography. The five themes of geography are the following: location, place, human, environment, interaction, movement, and regions. These themes were created to organize and facilitate learning about geography. Learning the five themes of geography will help you understand how people and places interact and connect with the world. So here are the themes again. This is for you. You could study it, read it at your house. We're going to start with location. So, what does that mean? Location means where is it? Where is this place located? However, there are two types of location. Absolute location is the exact place on earth where the place is found. Okay, it is found by using two specific line types, latitude and longitude. These are called coordinates. For example, a simple example, an absolute location would be the exact address of your house. The second type is relative location. This is where a place is in relation to other location or other places. For example, it is when we use references. My house is near Real Plaza, or I live 2 blocks from Mick. Absolute location. Here's the absolute location of Trujillo. As you can see, here are the coordinates. Okay, latitude goes first and then longitudes. And Google Map will give you the exact location of Trujillo. This is all of Trujillo. Okay, it's much bigger. So, to keep in mind, remember, latitude always goes before longitudes. Latitude is written with numbers, then north or south, and longitude is written with numbers, then east and west. Okay, movements. Another theme of geography is movement. What does this mean? This means how are people connected? How can we communicate with each other? Movement describes how people in one area communicate with people in other areas. Remember, this does not only mean verbal communication. I want you to look at this picture. Okay? So what can move? For example, goods. Goods, products, they can move from one area to another. Like we could get potatoes from the highlands up to the coast, or lemons from Piura to Trujillo. Another way things can move are people. Okay, people move, people travel, people move using trains, people move using boats, people move using cars. Okay, they move around a country, around a city. Another thing that could move is money. Okay, money can move locally, nationally, or regionally, and even internationally. Okay, through transfers. For example, when some of your family members might transfer money from the United States to Peru, etc. Also, ideas move from one place to another. Okay, these ideas include cultures, or okay, and restaurants and food, and how do we use, or what do we use to exchange these ideas? Are books, music, movies. All that moves ideas, all that exchanges ideas. Okay, so movements. When the world is connected, so when the world is connected and ideas, goods, people are exchanging within each other, this is called globalization. Okay, that's a word I want you to um, think about. Okay, globalization is movement of people which exchange ideas and cultures. It's also an interdependence. That means we depend from each other in the aspects of economy, culture, politics, socialization, and technology. Okay, for example, culture. We have food. We have KFC now. We have Italian food. We have Mexican food. All that is an exchange of cultures. Okay, socialization. Now we could socialize with people in China or Korea through music, through K-pop. Okay, and of course technology, Facebook, Zoom, all these different technologies that allow us to socialize with people. Okay, so now globalization. Here I want here's an idea: iPhones. Okay, the idea, the marketing ideas, the iOS, the software ideas, the creative ideas are all done in the United States, but the production, the making of the actual phone is done in China. And that phone goes all over the world. You have an iPhone, someone in India has an iPhone, someone in Canada has an iPhone. That's globalization. Okay, so more examples of globalization. McDonald's, for example, there's a McDonald's in China, there's a McDonald's in the Middle East, there's a McDonald's in Russia, in Europe, okay? McDonald's is another example of globalization. So, what does this mean? This means that globalization is a mixture of business, technology, and cultures. Now, some reflection questions. You're gonna do, after watching this video, you're gonna answer these questions. There's 4 questions. I want you to give me the relative location of your house. For example, Mr. Emilio's house is near the fire station. That is a relative location. I'm using the reference fire station to describe location of my house. I also want you to give me the absolute location of Nick. Remember, latitude goes first, then longitude. The third question is I want you to make a list of 5 to 7 objects that you see or you find in your house. These objects could be computers, it could be your clothes, it could be beds, it could be kitchens, it could be televisions, it could be refrigerators, or even cell phones. So I want you to make a list of 5 to 7, and I want you to tell me where these products come from. Where are they made? Then the last question is I want you to guess what means of transportation brought these objects to Peru and your home. For example, you know that the iPhone is made in China, so I'm pretty sure for these phones to go from China to the States, they use airplanes or boats, and then Apple sends phones to Movistar, to Claro, to Entel through, again, boats or airplanes. So this activity, please read this activity. This must be done on paper. This is paper based. These questions must be handwritten. Okay, and we're gonna discuss your answers in class.